Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Figured Out Productions. The following video is a video of some kind, and I hope you enjoy it. Hey guys, it's Adam here, and check it out. I got a couple of packages. So the story with this is a brand new Sega Dreamcast game, and I use quotations there because it's not really that new. So here's the deal. This is a new Dreamcast game called Alice Dreams Tournament. Now the thing is, this game actually came out back in March of 2017. Yet look at the calendar. What's today? Why are we talking about this now? Why haven't you opened your mail? What the fuck? All right, so the deal is, this was a Kickstarter game, and I supported it accordingly. Now I actually got the regular edition, which you can see here in this package, and I got the collector's edition, which you see here in this box. Now, in March, this one showed up very promptly, and I thought, okay, great, I still need the collector's edition, and I'll just do them all in one video, so I'll just wait. And I waited, and I waited. And I waited. And eventually I just totally forgot about it. And then at some point I noticed, I was like, yeah, wait a minute, it's like June or something and I don't have it yet. What happened with that? So I ended up contacting them and they were very friendly about it. They looked into it and they realized that, they looked into the tracking number, I guess, and noticed that the package was lost. So they said, okay, we don't actually have the materials to just like send you another one. We can make a new one, but that'll take some time. Are you all right with that? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So they ended up making a new one, which took them a little while. And then eventually they did that and they sent it out and it arrived. And then I had to hold on to it for a bit before I could actually do the video because it just wasn't time. So now finally, almost a full year later, we can do this video. So I'd like to thank the guys over there who made the game. Of course, thank you guys for your patience, even though I don't think you were really expecting this anytime soon. But yeah, better late than never, right? So let's go ahead and open it up. Now, as I mentioned, this is a new Dreamcast game. If you're unaware, Sega Dreamcast, my favorite game console of all time, and it still gets new games every once in a while. But they're not made by Sega or other companies like that. They're indie games made by independent developers and publishers. In this case, this is by Dreamstrasse, which sounds German, at least the way I pronounced it, but I don't know if that's, but I believe they're French. But yeah, so very, very cool. But yeah, this is the Japanese version of the game. It's purely a cosmetic thing. It has nothing to do with like region coding or whatever. We'll talk a little bit about that later. I don't think there's anything else in there other than this, which is a little letter that says, thank you very much. This adventure would not be possible without you. We hope you will have, we hope you will take as much pleasure in playing as we did in developing it. Do not hesitate to leave us comments on our social networks. And then they signed it. Have fun. So very cool. Yeah, alicedreams.com, facebook.com/alicedreamst. You can look that up. And if you want to buy the game, by the way, I'll put a link in the description to their website because I think their website is the only place you can get it legitimately. I mean, you could probably, I guess you could go to eBay or whatever, but I haven't seen it on like PlayAsia or any of those places. But yeah, so I got the regular edition here, which I'll open up in a second, but now I'm also going to open up this boxed version that took an eternity to get here. I'll clean this up in a bit. So we have this, and we have this, and I don't think, now here's where I regret having done that, because now I have to make sure, no, everything there is fine. Let's just make a nice little pile of shit over here. But yeah, over here we have the collector's edition of the game. This is, I believe, it's like a PAL case, but then the inside is more like a North American or Japanese case. And then it comes with this little box, which is part of what made it special. Now, what's inside this little box is actually a cool little peripheral. This is actually a little light for the Dreamcast controller. It goes into the Dreamcast controller, and I'm not really totally sure how it works because there's no ports on it. I think it's battery operated. It has screws in it, so I would have to open it up. I'll take a look at that later. But then it's got this lamp on it, and so once it's in the controller, you have this like lamp. This is part of why I wanted the collector's edition because I was just so like, wow, there's a new peripheral for the Dreamcast. That's really, really cool. It's just odd, but it's cool. But that was why I wanted that. So I'm glad that that's all here now. But let's open the actual copies of the game. So we got to take our cellophane wrap off here. In case you're curious, before we get to the gameplay aspect of things, if you're like, what's the deal with this game? What's the story? If I had to compare this game to anything based on what I've seen, I mean, obviously I haven't played it yet, but based on what I've seen, it's basically a Bomberman clone. And that's kind of neat because it's also a Bomberman clone that emphasizes and focuses on multiplayer. And I gotta give them credit for that because the Dreamcast independent scene, while it's been booming a lot lately, and I did a video a while back on why I think that is, and I still think that theory holds true, it did for a long time sorely lack variety. It was a lot of shoot 'em ups and things like that, but over the last year or so, there's been a lot more of variety. In fact, I don't think there were any shoot 'em ups last year, and I don't even think there's any in development currently, at least not that I'm aware of. So this is another kind of bold attempt to make some more variety in our Dreamcast games, which I really like. But in this case, what was bold about it, other than just making a new genre basically for the console, was one that focuses on multiplayer. This game emphasizes local 4-player multiplayer, which I gotta say, in 2018, 2017, of course, when the game was actually released, that's kind of a bold choice to think that you're gonna get that many people together who just wanna play some Dreamcast. But hey, they took that chance, and I felt that they deserve to be supported for it. The downside to that, though, is that while it does have a single-player campaign, from what I've read, the single-player campaign is not as good because that's not what they were meant to focus on. So unfortunately, since I don't have 3 other people I can round up to do a video on this subject in particular, we're going to be focusing on the single player. So take that gameplay review part of it with an aspect, take that aspect with a grain of salt, I think. But if you are interested at all in the game, you should probably support it because that's pretty cool. But like I said, there will be a link in the description if you want to do that. So we got the regular edition of the game here. Very nice, beautiful artwork, very, very well done. This is not done with like some guy's printer or anything. Like, this is done in a factory. It's very, very nice. Comes with a nice manual, as well as a custom inlay where you can switch between the Japanese art and the North American art. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep it on North American. I think I'm gonna do that instead of the Japanese art, like that. Then I'll put the manual back in there later. Now, I believe, since I was a Kickstarter backer, my name, there's a whole section in the back here with a big thank you from all the people on Kickstarter. My name is gonna be in there somewhere, but it'll take me a while to find it, I'm sure, because they're not actually in alphabetical order, but I know I'm in there somewhere. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and try to find it. So let's open up the other one, which is the collector's edition. So we got its nice little artwork there, and then the bigger box, which also I believe is reversible. Now, there is actually a PAL version of this that comes in like a traditional PAL case. That's pretty cool too, if you're interested. This again comes with the reversible art, the same manual, but it also comes with a bonus music CD. And I'm always one for these bonus music CDs because a lot of these indie games have really good music. So looking forward to listening to that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to support them. I think that is really cool.
Hey guys, okay, so gameplay time. First of all, you're presented with a language selection screen. Obviously, I'm going to end up picking English. Right after this, the game has a cool little FMV scene, so I'm going to tune out for a second and let you guys watch that, because it's pretty neat. And actually play a little bit of the game. Now, I have to stress again that this is a multiplayer focused game. As I again do not have 3 other people around to play multiplayer with, I'm going to have to play the single player campaign, which everyone kind of said was not as good. So again, take this with a grain of salt. But the single player campaign is it basically goes through multiple different modes, and you just get a sample of each. And I gotta admit to you up front, I was not what you would call good at this. I do get a little better, as you can see, but I really wasn't that great at it. Now, the game offers multiple character selection options, and you can also change the color of their outfits and things like that. I obviously picked that girl, Renee or Rain or something like that. I don't know. I didn't have any particular reason. It's just whatever. I just picked one. But yeah, so I'm going to tune out here for a bit and let you guys kind of enjoy the gameplay. But before I do that, I'll answer what I assume are a few questions in advance, technical questions. This game in particular supports the arcade stick. If you want to use that, you can. Obviously, it works with just a regular controller. The game supports the VGA modes, which is how you're seeing it displayed currently, so it looks very clean and very clear, which is very nice. The disc is region-free, despite what you saw earlier with, like, you know, oh, there's a PAL version, there's an American version, there's a Japanese version. That's purely a cosmetic thing. It's just an aesthetic. It doesn't matter. You can have a PAL Dreamcast and play the Japanese version. You can have an American version and play the PAL version. It doesn't matter. The disc is region-free. The disc and everything is all made, you know, in factories and all that kind of stuff, and it's all nice and legit. It's very, very cool. Again, I'll put a link in the description if you want to buy the game, because I think, again, the only place you can get it is their actual website. I don't think any third parties, at least that I know of anyway, at this point in time, sell the game. But this is definitely a game where if you were into Bomberman games, this is going to be right up your alley. If you were not, then this is probably not going to be your thing. But yeah, I guess just keep that in mind. Trying to think if there's anything else I really think you guys need to know about it, but from a technical perspective, there's not much else to say. It plays smoothly and all that stuff, so I didn't have any boot issues or anything weird like that, and nothing negative to report. So I guess I'll just tune out here and let you guys enjoy the gameplay, and I'll catch up with you at the end. Yay, I got slightly less bad. I won something. So if you keep playing, the game continues onward with multiple single-player modes, and it just goes from like goal to goal to goal. Suffice it to say, I was not particularly good at this. This is definitely one that would require a lot of practice on my part, but I just thought you guys could get a nice sense of it. So there you go. Check it out. Link in the description if you want to. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.